Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Effortless English Zone. I'm Emma, and I'm really happy to have you here today.
And I'm Daniel. It's great to be here with you again.
Today, we're talking about a question that many English learners ask themselves. Why do I understand English, but I can't speak it?
That's actually a really frustrating problem.
It really is. You can watch an English video and understand almost everything. You can listen to a conversation and follow the story. You may even know a lot of vocabulary, but then someone suddenly speaks to you in English and your brain goes completely blank.
That happens to a lot of people. You know what you want to say, but you can't find the words quickly enough.
Exactly. And sometimes you know the exact sentence you want to say, but you start translating it in your head first.
Yes, and that makes everything slower.
Much slower. You hear a question in English, then you understand the question, then you think about the answer in your own language, then you translate the answer into English, and finally you say it.
And by that time, the other person is probably wondering why you're so quiet.
Exactly.
So is the problem that people don't know enough English?
Sometimes, but very often that's not the real problem.
Then what is the real problem?
The problem is that they have learned English mainly as information, but they haven't practiced using it quickly.
So they know English, but they haven't trained their speaking ability.
That's a much better way to describe it.
That makes sense.
Think about someone who has watched hundreds of basketball games, but has never played basketball.
They might understand the rules.
They might know the names of the positions.
They might even understand what the players are doing.
But if you put a basketball in their hands and ask them to play, they probably won't be very good.
Because watching and doing are different skills.
Exactly, and language works in a similar way.
Listening is important, but speaking requires its own training.
Yes, and this is where many learners get stuck.
They keep studying because they think, I need to learn more vocabulary first.
Exactly.
So they learn another 50 words.
Then another 50.
Then another grammar rule.
And another video.
And another video.
But they still don't speak.
Right, because they're waiting to become ready.
And maybe they think that one day they'll suddenly know enough English.
But that day doesn't usually come.
So what should they do instead?
They should start using the English they already know.
Even if it's simple?
Especially if it's simple.
That's interesting.
You don't need advanced English to have a conversation.
You can start with basic sentences.
Exactly.
You can say, I'm tired.
I had a busy day.
I don't understand.
Could you say that again?
I think you're right.
I'm not sure.
Let me think.
Those are simple sentences, but they're extremely useful.
Exactly. And when you learn these kinds of phrases as complete phrases, your brain doesn't have to build every sentence from zero.
That's a really important point.
For example, imagine someone asks you, what do you think?
If I know the phrase I think automatically, I can start answering immediately.
Exactly.
But if I have to think about the grammar first, I might freeze.
Right.
So we need to make common phrases automatic.
Yes, that's one of the secrets to becoming more comfortable when speaking.
What are some other reasons people freeze?
Fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of making mistakes, fear of sounding stupid, fear of having a strong accent, fear that someone will judge them.
I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons.
It is.
People are afraid that if they make a grammar mistake, the other person will think they're bad at English.
And sometimes that fear becomes stronger than the desire to communicate.
So they choose silence.
Exactly.
But silence doesn't improve speaking.
No, speaking improves speaking.
That sounds obvious, but it's actually easy to forget.
Very easy. I remember when I was learning another language, I used to prepare sentences in my head before talking to people.
And what happened when they asked you something unexpected?
I panicked.
Exactly.
Because I had prepared one answer, but the conversation didn't follow my plan.
That's another important lesson.
Real conversations are unpredictable.
Exactly. You can't prepare every possible sentence.
You need to learn how to respond.
Yes, you need to train your brain to react in English.
How can someone practice that alone?
There are actually many ways.
Tell us some.
First, talk to yourself.
Some people might think that's strange.
Let them.
Fair enough.
If you're alone in your room, describe what you're doing.
I'm making coffee.
I'm looking for my phone.
I'm going to work.
I need to finish this today.
Perfect.
You can basically turn your daily life into English practice.
Exactly. You don't need a classroom.
You don't need a teacher sitting next to you.
And you don't even need a conversation partner every day.
That's good news.
Another method is recording yourself.
I like that one.
Choose a simple topic. For example, talk about your morning for 1 minute.
Then listen to yourself.
Yes.
And hear your mistakes?
Yes, but don't only look for mistakes.
What should we look for?
Look for progress, too.
Such as speaking without stopping?
Exactly. Maybe last week you could speak for 30 seconds, and now you can speak for 2 minutes.
That's progress.
Maybe you're using fewer pauses.
That's progress too.
Maybe you're translating less.
Another sign of progress.
Exactly. I think learners sometimes focus so much on what they can't do that they forget what they can do.
That's a huge problem.
We should notice small improvements.
Absolutely.
Because learning a language takes time,
A lot of time.
and there isn't one magical trick.
Exactly. There are useful techniques, but consistency is more important than a magic technique.
So 10 minutes every day can be better than 2 hours once a month.
Much better.
What about watching English movies and videos?
Definitely keep doing that. But should we use subtitles?
Subtitles can be useful, especially when you're learning, but don't depend on them forever.
So sometimes watch with English subtitles,
Yes,
and sometimes without subtitles.
exactly. And repeat interesting sentences.
That's even better.
So you're combining listening with speaking.
Yes, that's called shadowing.
We've talked about shadowing before.
And it's worth talking about again because it's so useful.
You listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately,
Exactly.
not 10 minutes later.
Right, as close to the original as possible.
You copy the rhythm and pronunciation.
Yes,
And gradually, English starts to feel more natural in your mouth.
that's a great way to describe it.
Your mouth needs practice too,
We always talk about the brain,
but speaking is physical.
your tongue, your mouth, your breathing, your rhythm.
Exactly.
So if someone understands English but struggles to speak, they shouldn't just study more.
They should practice using what they already know.
That's the big difference.
Exactly.
And maybe they should stop waiting for perfection.
Yes,
Because perfection is probably the biggest enemy of speaking.
I agree.
You have to be willing to sound a little silly sometimes.
Absolutely.
You have to accept that you're learning.
And remember that making mistakes doesn't mean you're failing.
It means you're trying.
Exactly. And if you keep trying, you'll get better.
That's the idea.
I think we're ready to give our listeners something practical.
Yes, let's do a little speaking exercise together.
Okay, I'm ready. Great. Everyone listening, I want you to imagine that you're talking to a friend in English.
Don't worry about making this sentence perfect.
Just speak.
Let's start with something easy.
Tell your imaginary friend what you did today.
You can say, today was a busy day.
Then continue, I woke up early.
I had breakfast.
I went to work.
I came home.
And now I'm relaxing.
See, you already have several sentences.
And you can make the conversation longer by adding details.
For example, I woke up early because I had an important meeting.
Exactly.
I was a little tired, but I had some coffee.
And the meeting went well.
Now you're telling a story.
And that's exactly what we want you to practice.
Don't just repeat isolated vocabulary.
Connect your ideas.
Tell stories.
Describe your experiences.
Talk about your opinions.
Talk about your plans.
Talk about things you like and dislike.
That's how you develop real speaking ability.
What if someone doesn't know a word?
Don't stop.
What should they do?
Explain it another way.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Imagine you don't know the word umbrella.
Okay,
You could say, it's something you use when it's raining.
that's a good strategy.
Maybe the other person will understand.
Or they'll tell you the word.
Exactly.
And then you've learned a new word naturally.
That's much better than stopping the entire conversation.
So communication doesn't require perfect vocabulary.
Correct.
It requires flexibility.
Exactly.
Another thing I notice is that learners sometimes speak very slowly because they're worried about grammar.
Yes.
They think about every verb tense,
Every article
every preposition.
and every sentence becomes a puzzle.
So should we ignore grammar?
No, grammar's important.
But don't let grammar control every second of your conversation.
Exactly.
First, communicate the idea.
Then improve the accuracy over time.
That sounds much less stressful.
It is.
And when you practice alone, you can focus on grammar later.
Yes, you can record yourself, listen back, notice one mistake, and practice the correct version.
One mistake at a time.
Exactly.
Don't try to fix everything in one day.
That's another important lesson.
Because if you try to fix everything, you'll become frustrated,
And then you'll stop practicing.
which is the opposite of what we want.
Right.
So let's talk about confidence again.
Okay.
Where does confidence actually come from?
From evidence.
What do you mean by evidence?
Every time you successfully communicate in English, you give your brain evidence that you can do it.
So even a tiny conversation counts.
Absolutely.
Ordering a coffee counts.
Yes.
Asking for directions counts.
Yes.
Answering a question at work counts.
Every little interaction counts.
And after enough experiences, you start thinking, okay, I can actually do this.
Exactly.
So confidence isn't something you wait for.
You build it.
One conversation at a time.
One sentence at a time.
One mistake at a time.
And one successful conversation at a time.
I really like that.
Me too.
Now, let's imagine someone is talking to a native English speaker and suddenly doesn't understand something.
That's very common.
What should they say?
They can say, sorry, could you repeat that?
Or, could you speak a little more slowly, please?
Exactly.
Or, I'm not familiar with that word.
Very useful.
Or simply, what does that mean?
Perfect.
And there's nothing embarrassing about asking.
Absolutely not.
In fact, asking questions keeps the conversation alive.
Exactly.
And it gives you another chance to listen.
Right.
So if you don't understand, don't pretend you understand.
Ask.
If you don't know a word, don't panic.
Explain it.
If you make a mistake, don't stop.
Keep going.
That's a pretty simple system.
And a very effective one.
I think another important thing is choosing topics you actually enjoy.
Absolutely.
If I love football, I should talk about football.
Yes.
If I love movies, talk about movies.
Exactly.
If I love cooking, talk about cooking.
Because when you're interested in the topic, you already have ideas, and then you only have to find the English words.
Exactly.
That makes speaking much easier,
And it makes practice more enjoyable.
which means you're more likely to continue.
And consistency is everything.
There it is again.
Yes, I'm going to keep saying it.
Fair enough.
Because people are always looking for a shortcut,
A secret method.
a perfect vocabulary list.
A perfect vocabulary list.
But there is no magic button.
You have to practice.
Exactly.
A little every day.
Even when you don't feel motivated.
Especially then.
Yes.
Because motivation comes and goes.
But habits can stay.
That's true.
So make English part of your routine.
Maybe 10 minutes in the morning.
or 10 minutes before bed,
Maybe during your lunch break.
or while you're walking.
You can listen to English while doing other things.
Exactly.
Then spend a few minutes actually speaking.
And that's how you turn passive knowledge into active English.
Passive knowledge into active English.
That's the phrase.
I think that's exactly what today's episode is about.
It is.
You may already know more English than you think.
You just need to activate it.
And activation comes from practice.
Exactly. Before we finish, let's give everyone one final challenge.
Here's what I want you to do today.
Take your phone and record yourself speaking English for 2 minutes.
Don't write a script.
Don't translate every sentence.
Just speak.
Tell us about your day.
Tell us about something you enjoy.
Tell us about your plans for tomorrow.
Or tell us about something that happened recently.
If you make a mistake, keep going.
If you forget a word, explain it another way.
And if you feel nervous, remember that you're practicing.
Nobody expects you to be perfect.
You are learning.
And every time you speak, you're getting a little better.
Emma, I think we've given them a lot to think about today.
I think so too.
And hopefully they understand one important thing now.
You don't have to wait until you know more English.
Use the English you already know.
Start speaking.
Start making mistakes.
Start building confidence.
And keep going.
Exactly.
Thank you for listening to us today.
And thank you for spending your time with us here on Effortless English Zone.
Until then, keep practicing.
Keep speaking.
And don't be afraid of making mistakes.
Because your English doesn't have to be perfect to be useful.
See you in the next episode.
See you next time.